Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back to another Let's Play episode. So we are here today with Season 4, Episode 29. So what is up, what is going on? So I did eventually start my, not Springtrap, my Tesla right here as you can see. After I screwed up briefly in the last episode and spent a little bit too much gold because I did my math wrong on walls. I did get the last 25,000 or whatever I needed. Also have this gold mine going on. It's getting close to done, 22 hours, just under a day. I have one free worker right now. I don't really have enough resources to start anything currently. I did get my elixir upgrade a little while back, so potentially I can do some upgrades soon. But we're still a little ways off. I also, in the last video, screwed up nicely, and I guess I didn't explain more in detail what happened. Sort of amusing, actually. I needed to queue up my lightning spell replacement, so I did, except I hit heal spell, and I totally didn't even realize, and then a bunch of you told me in the comments, and that was the first time I realized. So that was pretty amusing. I do have my army queued up here for next time. We're going to be attacking. I hope we can get some gold. I did, it's been a couple days since I recorded that last video, so, I did get some defenses, so it raised me up from about 1,200 where we left off to about 1,350 trophies. 80,000 gold, I'd really like to find a bit more than that. Ideally over 100,000, but I'm not sure how realistic that is, but we're going to try. Oh my god, well, oh wow, that was a lucky find right there. Oh man. So, 300,000 gold on the mark. These level 10 gold mines are absolutely full. There might even be some in the collectors or in the storages, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Although at this point I'd rather just attack all out and just get as much as we can and not worry about being cost effective, because when it's 300,000 gold, it doesn't matter. Just get it all. So in that vein, let's attack. Check for clan castle guys as you saw right there. Wait for the mortar to fire and then put down the wall breakers to help out with this gold wall. So boom, right there, it dodged the mortars. Wait for the air defense to go down, and then we can drop the healer on all these guys. I do have 2 heal spells, so I will definitely be using one of them if I feel like I need it. Because I don't want 2 heal spells. I want 1 lightning spell, because they're much more helpful with clan castle guys. Let's start with a couple guys collecting this gold, just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong, and we are unable to get it all. We'll at least get most of it. I'm going to put down some infantry over here to start, especially the barbarians just to distract and kill the buildings. These archers are to take out the archer tower and cannon. Okay, unfortunately the giants decided to split up on different walls, which makes them rather ineffective, but they eventually got through. The healer makes it so they aren't much of a concern in terms of killing power. Because it just keeps them alive. Okay, archer tower and cannon going down, that's looking good. These wizard towers, not of concern at all. Actually, this is going to be somewhat amusing. So this wizard tower is attacking this healer. It's going to take way too many hits to kill it. It's something like 100 hits? Not really. But it's definitely more than 50 hits, which is ridiculously slow to do it. So, yep, I don't mind it attacking that at all. That's a convenient thing for it to get distracted on. I'll put down some more archers over here to help it out so the giants don't need to break through everything to get there. As you can tell, though, we have got almost all the resources collected with just some elixir. So this elixir collector over here looks like it's going to be the last one. I'll drop down 1 goblin over there to make sure it gets captured. Like I said, I wasn't positive. I was pretty sure, but wasn't positive that all the resources would be in the storages or in the collectors. As you can tell, we've gotten everything, and we've barely even touched the storages themselves. This does mean that there is some new balance system in place in terms of stealing resources, because we were able to steal 300,000 from this guy. Actually, no, I take that back, because they're on the collectors. Level 10 collectors, I can't even remember how much that's maxed out. I think it must be 600,000, and we were able to steal half of it, so 300,000. So, but either way, wraps up the space pretty nicely, and wow, yeah, I was not expecting to get that much. That definitely opens up our opportunities for what we can steal. Yeah, that was lucky right there. Take it where you can get it, though. Alright, so we do have some new defenses in here, which we can go check out in a minute. But first, let's make sure this army is all queued up so we can attack again. Because despite that massive rate, we still don't quite have enough to take on and steal absolutely everything that we're probably going to want. So, 1 goblin, 1 wall breaker. We had some, 12 barbarians? Something like that? No, 18. We had 12 left over, so we need 18 queued. And we'll do that now. And then we can go look at some recent attacks. So, recently, as some people on IRC Internet Relay Chat, which is linked if you want to talk to me on there, linked on my channel, they told me that I was 3-starred, and so I checked, and yes, indeed, I got 3-starred. So I'm curious to see how that happened. I have not even looked at how that happened, but that shall be fun. It's been a very long time since we've been 3-starred, so fortunate for us, I guess. But yeah, we can see exactly how they did it, and I assume they did a pretty good job, but we can grade them in terms of cost effectiveness and other such factors. I think I've got too many guys here queued up. Yep, we do. I've got 7 too many guys, so we'll take out 2 or 3 from each. Down to 9 minutes in each. How about? And then this one. Close enough. We'll take out 1 out of this first one. Alright, there we go. Queued up, ready to go, which means our army will be done in 9 minutes. Let's check out some recent attacks during that time. Alrighty, so, like I said, I haven't been playing in a little bit. Well, this bottom one's the most amusing one that I haven't even looked at these at all. So, I find this bottom one most amusing because 5 wall breakers. It looks like they're probably going to fail really hard with the wall breakers and just quit, which is hilarious, I find. Let's figure this out, though. Yeah. Just, a 20-second replay. Looks like they were hoping they'd deploy right here and then hit at the inner walls, but nope, definitely didn't happen. So they stared at the screen here for a couple of seconds, deciding if they want to attack, and they decided to back out. I definitely respect that decision. Yeah, that's sort of amusing. Here it is once again, if you didn't catch that. 5 wall breakers, distracted on those 3 walls. It takes 4 of them to detonate on the first 4 walls, the first 2 walls. If they had gone on straight on from like the bottom right side, it would have only taken 2 to take out those 2 walls. But the angle they came in at made them even less effective than normal. Alright then, so that was amusing. That was short, quick, and I like that. Let's check out some of the older ones which we're not going to be able to watch replays on. Did I show any of these recently? Ooh, a double dragon attack. Man, I wish I had caught that. I've basically been really busy this week, so I haven't even really been looking at my attacks. Like, oh, I got attacked, I better come on and collect my resources, request guys, and move on. Spend it if I can. Alright, so moving up. We've got a 3-star here. Hooray! Well, we've got 2 level 4 lightnings. I would guess that these came down right on the mortars in the middle, but we're going to find out in a second. Only a couple giants, which means it's pretty heavy on the archer. Mixing in the other stuff. The 1 wall breaker definitely is not going to do anything, just given how my walls are set up. Mostly going to be the archers and the barbarians. We've got a barbarian king mixed in, which means this is either a town hall. Well, I guess it could be a town hall 7, but given the fact that these things are level 6s, I guess this is going to be a town hall 9. It looks like a level 6. It's hard to tell on this small resolution screen. I'm on a 3GS right now. Let's load this up. Town hall 9? Question mark? Nope, town hall 8. So, indeed. Let's see if actually they're using the same army composition. Nope, they've changed it up a bit. Although it's not completely done, they have more archers and more wall breakers there. And more giants. But, let's see, let's go back and watch this attack where I get 3-starred. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I had my full complement of clan castle guys, because there were several times in here when I was attacked several times back to back. So you might have seen that wall breaker hit. There are a couple tombstones around, so let's load it up. They did end up stealing 100,000 gold and 200,000 elixir, which is going to be the maximum they could possibly steal. Probably it is, at least. I'm alright with that. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, 1 wall breaker failing right there. They probably had more in reserve but didn't bring them out. Looks like I'd been on recently to collect my resources, so that's a good thing for me. Although my clan castle are not full, that's not good news. Heal spell, keep those guys alive. Only 5 archers you might have noticed. It's a good heal spell, I like that. Especially with all these guys grouping up and into the splash. However, as soon as it runs out, like right now, it's going to be a world of pain on these guys. Especially the infantry. The giants can survive much better, but goblins, they're going to break into the center, I expect, unless the wizard and stuff. Ooh, no, never mind. Those mortars and wizards just took out all those goblins. So we do have a couple guys. Oh, there goes the double lightnings. Now imagine how much more effective it would have been if those double lightnings came down earlier. Only 1 mortar left. Definitely would have helped a lot if he had committed as heavily before, but it looks like he's trying to be cost effective and not deploy it unless needed. Alright though, so archers coming around the sides. With only 1 mortar, it's going to be hard to deal with all these level 5 archers. We can 1-hit them, but with only 1 mortar, it's relatively slow fire rate. And it's also distracted on the barbarians. I was watching that single barbarian right there on the left. He hit a spring trap, just a single one, and then the mortar hit him, making it a super distraction barbarian, which I guess is annoying. Archers working their way around the sides. Actually, we've got a pretty good job protecting our storages until now. So the gold storages are pretty much untouched currently. So we'll see how he gets into them. If he'll have to deploy more guys. Oh, there's a good hit with the mortar. Wizard Tower's taking out some archers on the right. That's good. Appreciate that. Gold storage on the left is nearly dead. With 1 minute left, I expect he's going to have to deploy stuff more heavily. That's alright, and he doesn't need that many more things. We've only got 3 active defenses, and as soon as his mortar drops, only 2 active defenses, so only 2 more active defenses. Looks like he wasn't expecting to have to deploy as heavily as he ended up doing. Although here's a good thing for him. See how his archers down here on the bottom right? That one of those is going to be out of range of this wizard. The 2 that are closer won't be, but it looks like it's distracted on the wizard tower, so all good for him. That's a good way to deal with positioning. Look, he had to bring his clan castle for that. Yeah, he did. I think he brought that in later. I don't think that was with the initial bit. But there he goes. Just a couple things left. One wall breaker, or one builder's hut, that is. Speed it up. I mean, we held up pretty long. It wasn't like a wipe. I mean, he survived with like 4 archers and 1 giant. So I'd say it's a pretty good defensive job. One thing I'm going to say is no base is perfect. There's always going to be a base that can die to something. Especially if they want to really throw a lot of ineffective units at it. Or, well, not ineffective, not cost-effective units, I should say. I mean, if you want to attack with 11 dragons all the time, or max Pika, it's going to kill my base. There's no question about it. Even if it's going to even kill maxed out bases, or at least defeat them and get into a lot of the base. So there's no way to defend against everything. So just be aware of that. I mean, it's not like just because that happened once, this base is ineffective and I should redesign it. But I mean, if it happens regularly, like half the time or 2/3 of the time, yeah, maybe then you should think about it. Alright, beyond that, let's look at some of these other ones. So, considering I've not been online much, I've been pretty lucky in terms of resources stolen. So these top 2 attacks are both pretty heavy attacks, but as you can see, they both didn't get that many resources. So the top one got 60,000, and the one below it got 30,000. So, yeah, I would definitely consider this mission successful for our defenses. I would guess that some of these resources, if not all of them, are going to be coming out of the mines and collectors, just because I haven't been on, like I mentioned, the most regularly to keep my mines and collectors collected. Sort of a tongue twister right there. Let's see how this is going to react, though. I'm just sort of curious when he's got healer giant coming in. That's way too many archers to deal with the town hall. If you just want to pick off my town hall, just do like 4 guys over there. Unless you're planning on attacking more heavily, in which case you just spread your guys out more. Interesting, coming in with the goblins, not using them to try to break into the center. Clan castle guys just activated. And late giants, only a few. Okay, there's more. The giants are very spread out, so unless you're going to use a ton of wall breakers to help them get in, that's not going to be particularly effective. There goes a bunch of wall breakers right there. They're targeting the side, as you see. Looks like they're actually going to break through. He clearly doesn't know how to use wall breakers. I'll tell you right there, there's a way to do that effectively, and that was not it. How many wall breakers could it have taken? It only would have taken 3 wall breakers to get through, and he ended up deploying a lot more than that. In terms of giants, giants just died. Healer died really fast because he deployed it right in front of an air defense, so that was not a good plan, I would definitely say. Couple glass clan castle guys coming out, archers, and our clan castle guys and the archer tower and cannon should help clean those guys up pretty effectively. Okay, lightning spell to try to salvage as much as possible by stealing resources. Debatable value right there. I would guess that was not cost effective, but you know what? Maybe he's getting off or something. He just wanted to do it anyways. Yeah, that attack was not very good. How could he have improved it? Because, I mean, the army composition wasn't great, or wasn't terrible. Well, the healer giant was done really poorly. First off, deploying the giants, they were attacking 4 separate walls. I suggest attacking into corners so they attack into one wall. He did only have 8 giants, which isn't great either, because that's not much damage to help them get in. The healer also would have been more effective, even if it had stayed alive, it would have been more effective if it was a level 2 or 3. Level 1 just doesn't heal a ton by comparison. 10 wall breakers, like I said, you could have broken in and done the exact same amount of damage with 3. If you want to know exactly how wall breakers work, I've got a wall breaker tactics and AI video you can search for. Or if I remember, I'll link it in the comments section, or description section. Beyond that, it just wasn't that effective. Everything was spread out like he was trying to raid, but then decided to attack more heavily, which I just disagree with. I feel like he thought more resources were going to be in the collectors and mines than actually were, so he decided he needed to attack more heavily to break into the center. So perhaps it was a misjudgment on that front as well. Well, let's see here. Looks like our troops are getting close to finishing up. So indeed, we've got our last 2 archers finishing up right now. So let's queue up some replacement giants. We already got a replacement healer queued up. I'm going to do 16 giants. I've been sort of floating around the number, but there's that. I don't think I'll be attacking right after this. We've already been rolling for 15 minutes, so that's a pretty good video length already once we finish this next attack. Let's go at it, though, and see how it goes. So, that was certainly a lucky base we found earlier. I don't expect to find the same sort of thing. Like I said initially right before I found it, if I find anything over 100,000 gold, I'm going to be pretty happy. There are a couple things we could aim for, but I don't think they're very realistic. If we got 220,000 gold, maybe a bit more than that, we could start a Tesla upgrade, my other Tesla to level 2. But, like I said, I don't think it's very realistic, so I'm not super concerned like looking for that amount. Anything over 100,000, yeah, I'll stay with that. Wow, another good one. Ooh, man. So 1 air defense on the top left, clan castle bottom right. I like this defense more. However, our giant army is going to be more effective against it because there's less walls to break through. That last base where we had the individual wall segments with the 300,000 gold, that was a pretty good layout for us. This base also, you can tell from the gold storages, a good amount of the resources is going to be in the center. So we're going to have to break in pretty heavily to get in there. Let's go ahead and get at it then. I'm going to start with a wall breaker. It should survive to detonate without any support. All the giants will focus down on that simple wall right there. While it's happening, check for clan castle guys, which I do expect, but hope not to have. Sweet, none. So that keeps stuff simple. And drop the healer, and wait for them to kill that stuff. I'm going to deploy guys out here, then we'll deploy archers to deal with the clan castle guys. I was checking to make sure there weren't any giant bombs or anything like that. It seems like a good place to put them down. To deal with those sort of units right there. Wizard towers, as long as they're distracted on the giants, I'm a-okay with it because the healer can compensate for them completely. Archers will take out this archer tower, which certainly is going to help, which keeps our guys focused on moving in the right direction. This cannon over here shouldn't be an issue, but I'm just going to deploy a little bit more heavily. I'm getting off after this attack, so no need to save my guys. It's only like 5,000 elixir, and that's change. And I'd just rather have a 30-second less video for you guys to watch than be slightly more cost-effective. But for you, that's a personal decision. You guys all have to decide that for yourself. As part of that, I'm going to deploy 10 goblins over here to speed stuff up. And the giants over here, they're just going to focus down the last arch tower. I'm not sure if any giants actually died. This base would have been a lot more effective with some spring traps. They certainly have the gaps for them. Great places. So right in here, so they had 3 defenses. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Just putting spring traps in between them would have been super effective. Giants would have hit them guaranteed. Wouldn't necessarily have been enough to like slow down my army, but it certainly would have helped. Alright, just 1,000 of each resource left in the town hall in the center, and that is the last building. So, another easy one. So let's see how short we're going to be from doing certain upgrades. Because while we didn't get enough for the Tesla, which is 1.25 million if I remember correctly, which we're still short on, we do have some other possibilities. Alright, so yes, we are definitely short on this, as mentioned. What are our other options, though? So, with this much gold, we could potentially actually start this air defense really soon. It's only 65,000 resources short. However, it's really slow to upgrade, so I think that would delay our town hall upgrading if we decide to do that. I'm sort of tempted just to wait to get a bit more for the hidden Tesla. Beyond that, there aren't any other defenses we can do currently. Everything else is maxed out. However, we could do... There's a couple things like mines and collectors and stuff, but I just don't think that they're really valid right now. So I think I'm going to save off and do this. And after we get our Teslas upgrading a bit more, we can go ahead and go for the Town Hall. So we're getting right towards the end of Town Hall 7. So to wrap this episode up, before we move on to the last few episodes of Town Hall, or Season 7, or Season 7, Season 4, Town Hall 7, let's go check out this guy's base who 3-starred us. See if it looks as good as his attack did. And not to say his attack was perfect, but it could have been better. But so as we see here, we have a Town Hall 8. Interesting decision here that he's got all 3 gold storages, all maxed out to level 11. I'll tell you right now, as a Town Hall 8 myself, you definitely don't need 6 million gold storage, which is what this provides. Beyond that, though, it looks like he's got a whole ton of resources. So yeah, he's got 3.3 million gold. So when you attack this guy, he is going to have a ton. Definitely an option to try to break into the center with Mass Goblin or something. Anyways, though, so you guys who are not familiar with this, just let me know in the comment section how you'd attack this base, and you can always respond to other people's comments and what do you think about their ideas. Perhaps you'd use lightning to take out these storages. They're all grouped up nice and close in the center. There's some Dark Elixir, 8,000, very respectable amount, so maybe you could go for that as well. Beyond that, maybe you could just go pick off the collectors and mines around the outside. Looks like you might be able to pick some off for free and some of the others without too much trouble attracting the attention of the defenses. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. I put out Clash of Clans videos every day of the week when I can, which has actually been pretty good, and pretty much every day of the week. If you already are subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate your views and your ongoing support. You can show that support by commenting and liking this video. Beyond that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.